Joining me for today's headlines is our very own Roy Wood Jr. How you doing, Roy?
What's up, man? How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm really good. Nice to see you again.
I'm okay, man. I got on my sweater.
Okay. You said that like a threat.
No, I'm just, sometimes I feel like a sweater. I don't always do suits.
All right. Well, okay. I also wear sweaters sometimes.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be like you. That's what I was saying. We're both wearing sweaters. Man, do your news.
Well, it's good to have you, Roy.
I'm happy to be here.
I can tell. All right, let's kick things off with today's headlines. Our first story is about money. It's the world's #1 favorite thing to embezzle. And as of now, you need a lot more of it to buy all the stuff you need.
The government just released brand new numbers on inflation from October. They're big.
America's prices surging more than they have in 30 years, and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight.
And unfortunately, the numbers are all moving in the wrong direction. Consumer prices were up by 6.2% in October from the year before. Now, let me walk you through some of the individual items. Look at computers and smart home assistants up more than 8%, televisions up more than 10%, washers and dryers up nearly 15%.
We're paying more for energy. We're paying more to heat our homes. We're paying more for our housing. When we go to the grocery store, we're paying more for beef and for eggs, for food, used cars, new cars, trucks as well.
The president taking a harder line, saying in a statement, quote, inflation hurts Americans' pocketbooks, and reversing this trend is a top priority for me.
Yeah, guys, inflation is becoming a real problem. I went to a gas station today, and for a gallon of regular, it just said, kill yourself. Now, some critics are saying that America's inflation problems are President Biden's fault. But here's the only issue with that argument. Almost every country in the world is dealing with this issue, which means President Biden is actually screwing up the entire world. But whether his policies have contributed to inflation or it was always going to happen when society emerged from the pandemic, this is a big danger to Biden politically, because inflation is one of the economic concepts that normal people actually care about. Like, let's be honest, the debt ceiling, the Federal Reserve, derivatives, that's all just shit we pretend to understand. Oh yeah, the debt ceiling, the debt ceiling. But when you hear inflation is rising, you know it means you're about to be a broke bitch. The only good part of inflation is that I was always jealous of those old guys who would be like, back in my day, you could buy a house with $1. But it looks like now, if inflation gets bad enough, we'll get to be those old guys. Oh yeah? Back in my day, $1 million could buy a whole lot more than just a haircut. But look, yes, material goods are increasing in price. And that is why, people, it's important to value the things that are always free, like spending time with your family or robbing people. You know, the important things in life, Roy.
The thing with inflation, though, man, like, honestly, I think that's why, like, people appreciate hand-me-downs. Like, that's where I came from. It was a hand-me-down culture. So, I ain't really worried about shit going up in price because I always knew that I was going to get my older brother shit.
That's how we live.
Yo, my older brother right now, I got an older brother, Arthur. He got a Dan Marino jersey, chalk line, throwback, Mitchell and Ness, and I'm going to get that bitch sooner or later.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to tell me that you... Well, good for you, Roy.
No, I'm still waiting on it, though, man. I'm still waiting on it. I'm going to get that damn jersey, man.
Hey, man.
Also, the other issue is that, like, honestly, like, $20 don't do what it used to do. So I will give inflation that. I'm not really panicked about inflation, but I will admit that $20 don't do what it used to do. Because I remember back in '93, your mama could drop you off at the mall with $20. You could live at the mall 3 days. And you come back to the house with $6 change. Like, that was a good time. With $20, you could get a Belle Biv DeVoe ticket, you could get a Flintstone push-up, you could get your 2 pairs of Jordans, you could get your Muggsy Bogues t-shirt, and still have money to go see Boys in the Hood at the Midfield 6 Cinema right there in Birmingham.
You've got a fantastic memory.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to another big story rippling through Washington. The relationship between Democrats and Republicans in Congress isn't in a great place right now. We all know this, right? Which I guess is what happens when one side nearly gets the other side killed by a Viking. But now, a Republican from Arizona has sent out a tweet, and something tells me it's not going to make things better.
Republican Congressman Paul Gosar of Arizona under fire for posting a photoshopped anime video depicting him attacking and killing Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The video also depicts Gosar's character attacking President Biden.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is calling for the House Ethics Committee and law enforcement to investigate the video.
Gosar says, in part, the cartoon depicts the symbolic nature of a battle between lawful and unlawful policies, and in no way intended to be a targeted attack against Representative Cortez or Mr. Biden. It is a symbolic cartoon. It is not real life. Congressman Gosar cannot fly.
I mean, get the out of here. It's symbolic. You see, when I put AOC's head on the cartoon, that represents AOC. It's got layers. Just admit you posted the thing for a laugh. Because, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I know we're all supposed to put on our concerned faces and wag our finger at him for threatening violence, but I don't know about you. It is hard to watch that cartoon and see it as a real threat. I mean, forget flying. Look at this dude. Does he look like he could pick up 2 swords at once? It's clearly a fantasy. On the other hand, though, it's harder to believe that Gosar didn't intend a targeted attack when he supported a targeted attack on January 6th. Like, here's the thing. You can do memes, or you can plot an insurrection. You can't do both. You gotta pick. And I know it's just a cartoon, but let's not pretend that cartoons can't also influence people. Because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they made it sound really cool to live in a sewer, but let me tell you, the pizza you find down there is terrible. I mean, it's not as bad as Papa John's, but still, you don't want to eat it.
The bigger issue with that story, bro, is that dude is a dentist. I don't want my dentist making videos. Go learn some teeth shit and make sure that my mouth's straight. That's why these politicians need to just start fighting, man. Like, I was watching a hockey match. They just start fighting at the beginning. Like, there's days in hockey where they just go, you know we fighting today.
Yeah, and then they fight.
There will be no hockey until we fight. And then they fight, and then they get on with their business. And that's what they need to do. They need to square up, man. I'm gonna be with you in a second. I'm trying to order these last couple bits of groceries. These prices starting to go up.
Wait, what do you mean? Because of inflation?
I guess so. It wasn't as cheap as it was this morning. I guess, like, when you think about it, I guess the gas prices do have a way of, like, kind of trickling down a little bit. Because, like, if gas goes up,
yeah,
then the truck that delivers the goods needs more gas. So the goods on the truck cost more, which means that everything on the truck costs more. So that's food. That's like, it's no different with the shutdown. When the toilet tissue, everybody's buying all the toilet tissue. So that's the same thing that's probably going to happen. Matter of fact, man, let me go and order some paper towels too, because that's going to be next.
Oh, yeah. Well, good luck with that. I don't think it's going to be like a big deal, you know?
I mean, I hope you're right.
I don't
I
stress.
hope you're right.
Order a few, but you'll see.
Yeah,
they might go up, but it's not that bad. Now, Congressman Gosar isn't the only person in the news who might be regretting what they posted on social media, because there's another story out of Instagram that people are talking about, and it has to do with pet photos. Right? We all know that people love posting photos of their pets to Instagram. It's a great way to tell the world, you know how there are millions of identical corgis out there? Well, I own one of them. But one account on Instagram recently gave people even more reasons to post their pet photos, and it did not end well.
What started as a social media promise from a business just spins out of control.
It's a social media campaign that was launched a little bit over a week ago, an Instagram appeal that basically called on people to post a picture of their pet, and if they did so, well, a tree would supposedly be planted. Now, many did answer the call, as you say, more than 4 million people posting a pet in the last 7 or 8 days.
The creator of the post admitted to deleting it after 10 minutes because he did not have the resources to plant that many trees.
Ah, man. I actually feel bad for this guy. I mean, we've all been in a position where you try to do something nice and then you overextend yourself, you know? He was like, hey, everybody, post pet photos. I'll plant the trees. 4 million people? Shit. I've been in that situation, you know? Like, you agree to be godparents to your friends' kids, but now, if your friends die, all of a sudden you gotta raise them? I mean, I thought godparent just meant like sending them toys on their birthday. Anyway, if anyone wants some kids, hit me up. Honestly, if I was this dude, I would have just lied. Yeah, I would have just said I planted the trees. Who's gonna know? Someone calls you out on it, you can just point at any tree and be like, that one? What are they gonna do, check its birth certificate? Yeah, I planted that tree. Yeah, I know it looks old, it's an old tree. You know what old trees are? It's old trees. They come like that, they're grown. And you know what this guy's real mistake was asking for pet pictures. People are gonna do that anyway. People post pet pictures all the time. It's too easy. If you wanna get people engaged but make them work, you gotta ask them for a thing that only few people would respond with. Like, you should say, we'll plant a tree For every nude pic you send of your grandparents, yeah, you make them earn that tree. Get like 5 people tops. One grandmother sending them herself. I don't have any grandkids, but I want that tree planted. Although, should we really be planting more trees? I mean, with the state of climate change right now, all you're really doing is giving wildfires an all-you-can-eat buffet. In my opinion, we should be starving these fires. That's why I'm launching a new campaign of my own. For every brunch photo you post on Instagram, I will destroy 1 tree. This one's for you, Mother Earth.
No.
Well, you think it's the wrong way? It was a joke. I'm not gonna actually
No. Out of stock.
Roy, what's going on? Roy.
It's happening, dog.
What's happening?
It's happening. It's happening.
What is happening?
Bro, you just read the story. There's no more trees.
No, the guy...
If there's no more trees, then there's no more paper towels. And that means paper towels are going up, and I gotta order these paper towels. I'm ordering them right now.
No, that's not just because there's no...
You want some paper towels?
No, Roy, I don't need
Do you want some paper towels?
Roy, I don't need...
Now, you saw people's fighting over toilet
There's
tissue. What you think they're gonna do over paper
shortage
towels?
of paper towels. The guy just couldn't
If there's
plant
a shortage of trees, there is a shortage of paper, which means eventually there will be a shortage of ways to wipe your ass.
I don't wipe my ass with paper towels, first of all.
You will when there's no more toilet tissue.
You need to calm down. You need to calm down. We're supposed to be having
Inflation,
fun
man.
here
It's inflation.
We're supposed to be having fun with the thing you're stressed about. Anyway, let's make like teenagers and move from Instagram to TikTok. There are a lot of things you can learn on TikTok, you know? How to cook a gourmet meal in 10 seconds, how to harmonize with yourself, what features every other social media company will have in 6 months. You can learn everything. And one girl learned something that just might have saved her life.
Investigators say a hand signal seen on many TikTok videos on social media helped lead to the rescue of a missing 16-year-old girl from North Carolina. Sheriff's deputies in Kentucky say a driver called 911, reporting a girl in a nearby car, made these hand gestures to warn she wasn't safe.
Then you tuck your thumb in and all 4 fingers over that thumb and back and forth.
Incredible. They found the car, arrested this 61-year-old man. He now faces charges including unlawful imprisonment.
Man, this is amazing. And it's a good thing about perverts being old men, because there was no chance of that 61-year-old man seeing that hand signal and going, yo, that's the thing from TikTok, hype. But this is impressive, man. You just do this and it means you are in danger. The only thing about secret signals is they only work if the right amount of people know about them. Like, I'll be honest, I hadn't heard of this signal before this story. So I'm glad I wasn't the person in the car, because if I was in my car and that girl had driven by me and made that sign, I would have just been like, right on, sister, Black power. I, for one, am really excited about this because I think we're long overdue a hand signal that means you're in danger. You know, we have so many other hand signals for other things. You know, I'm choking, I'm gonna kill you. Can I put my leftover hot dog in your empty Pringles can? Like
Not enough. Come on.
Roy.
Damn.
Roy. What's going on, man?
I'm preparing for the inflation. I'm getting the paper towels now before the prices get too crazy, because everybody's gonna try and buy all of the shit, bro.
What are you talking about?
Hey, man, this website is can I get your password real quick for your Amazon? Because this Amazon they sold out.
Yeah, but my Amazon's the same as your Amazon. What do you mean, my Amazon?
You don't have like an African Amazon or something that you use, like a separate?
No, why would there be an African Amazon?
That's what an Amazon is.
No, that's South America. I'm South Africa.
That's my bad. You gonna give me your password or not, though?
No, I'm not gonna give, Roy, you don't need, dude, we're doing the jokes. You stressing, look how much paper towels you got.
This is not enough. Bro, inflation is all around us. I've been thinking about this, man. I've been thinking everything is expanding. It's not just the price of gas and milk and food. Everything's expanding. Tweets are longer, movies are longer. This show is 45 minutes. The next Spider-Man has 3 Spider-Man in it. Multiverse. We need enough paper towel to wipe our ass in 3 different universes. This is not enough.
Why are you wiping your ass with paper towels? What happened to tissue?
Because all the toilet tissue been sold out.
Okay.
Do you want some paper towel?
No, Roy, I don't need...
Do you want any paper towel?
Roy, relax. This is crazy. Just relax.
Oh.
You're just being crazy right now. All right, finally, let's talk about working from home. More and more people are working from home. And it definitely has its benefits, right? There's no commuting. You don't have to share a bathroom. You can watch your kids grow up into losers right in front of your eyes. But there are drawbacks too. And one of them that a lot of people have noticed during the pandemic is that when you don't actually leave the office at the end of the day, the workday never really ends, which is why one country has had enough.
Portugal is not playing around with work-life balance this morning. The Portuguese parliament has just passed a new labor law making it illegal for employers to contact their employees when they are off the clock. Under this new rule, employers could be penalized for contacting employees after work hours and will be forced to pay for increased expenses as a result of working from home. Things like the employee's gas, even their electricity bill.
Wow, Portugal. This is so gangster. Making it illegal to contact employees out of work. You realize that means now when your boss calls you during dinner, you can just pick up the phone and be like, hold on, sir. Yes, let me put you on a conference call with the police, bitch! And this law will have effects beyond Portugal. You understand that? Because if Portugal is going to be working less, that means they're going to be producing less. And then that means that the rest of the world isn't going to get as much of, what do they make in Portugal? They're going to not get as much, water dogs? What do they make in Portugal? By the way, this really shows you the difference between Portugal and America. Like a labor victory in Portugal and most of Europe is outlawing your boss contacting you after 5 p.m. That's a victory. Meanwhile, in America, a major labor victory is like, now Amazon workers get a choice of plastic or glass bottles to pee in. We did it, guys! What about you, Roy? You don't mind getting the occasional work... Roy, what the hell? Roy, come on. This is crazy, man.
No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. Inflation's serious. We got enough. I think we got enough. I think we covered.
Oh, man, it looks like you've bought all the paper towels.
I did. That's exactly what I did.
Yes, but you understand, you're creating inflation because you're panicking about inflation. You're buying a lot of things now, which is making more inflation because now you're buying the paper.
I don't buy it, somebody else who's going to buy it. Therefore, I have to be the one to buy it so that I have it when everybody else needs it.
No, this is the problem.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, man, I can give you 3 rolls, 80 a pop. You gonna pay it or not? All right, bet. All right, meet me at the train station. 40 seconds.
Roy, you're selling paper towels now? So you're part of the problem.
I'm not part of the problem.
You're part of...
I got paper towels.
No, there's no paper. I can't believe there's
Do you have paper towels?
No, I didn't think I would need... Okay, well, luckily I know you. Let me get one of the... I'll just get one of the top ones then.
It's 80.
$80 a roll?
A sheet.
You just said $80 a roll on the phone now.
Because he got ahead of the curve. You didn't.